Arline David Sanders was born on September 9, 1890, in a four-room house located 3 miles 5 kilometers east of Arizona, Indiana. He was the oldest of three children born to David, Margaret, and Sanders. His mother was of Irish and descent. The family attended to Avident Christian Church. His father was a middle and affluent man who worked his 30 to her farm until he broke his leg in a fall. He then worked as a butcher in Henryville for 2 years. Sandra's mother was a devout Christian and strict parent, continuously warning her children of the evils of alcohol, tobacco, gambling, and bustling of the Sundays. Sandra's father died in 1895. His mother got work in a tomato cannery, and then Harland was left to look after and cook for his siblings. By the age of 7 in 1897, he was reportedly skilled with bread and vegetables and improving with meat. The children foraged for good, and the mother was away at work a days at a time. And in 1899, his mother remarried to Edward Park, but according to the 1900, his mother was widowed again. When he was in 1900, Sanders began to work as a farmhand. In 92, Sandra's mother remarried to William Bondas and the family moved to Greenwood, Indiana. Sanders had a relationship with her stepfather in 1903 age 12. He dropped out of 17 grad, later stating that what drove me off and went to live and work on a nearby farm. Age 13, he left home and took a job painting horse carriages and India polios. When he was 14, he moved to South Indiana to work as a farm at in 1906, with his mother approval. Sanders left the area to live with his uncle in New Albany, Indiana. His uncle worked for the streetcar company and secured Sanders a job as a conductor. Sanders falsified in date of birth and enlisted in the United States Army in October 1906, age 16, completing his service commitment as a Wagner Sea Teamster in Kaba. Bring awarded the Medal of Army. He was honorably discharged in February 1907 and moved to Sheffield, Alabama, where his uncle lived. There he met his brother Cralency, who had also moved there in order to escape their stepfather. The uncle worked for the South Indian Railway and secured Sandras a job there as a blacksmith's helper in workshops. After 2 months, Sandras moved to Jasper, Alabama, where he got a job cleaning out the ash pans of trains from the North Indian Alabama Railroad, a division of the South Indian and Railway. When they has finished their runs, Sanders progressed to become a fireman steam engine stroker. For the age of the 16, he worked the job nearly 3 years until he was fired the insubordination after he got sick. Sanders found laboring of work in Norfolk and Western Railway from 1909. While working on the railroad, he met Josephine King in Jasper, Alabama, and they were married shortly afterwards. And June 15, 1999, in Jasper, they would go on have three children: Margaret, Josephine, Sanders, born March 29, 1990, in Jasper, Alabama, and died October 19, 2001, West Palm Beach, Florida. Arland David Sanders Jr. on April 23, 1912, in Tumaco of Alabama, who died on September 15, 1932, in infected Tolis and Millenton, and Sanders struggles born October 15, 1919, in Jefferson, Indiana, and died September 21, 2010, in Encuti. He then found work a fireman on the Ilion Central Railroad, and his family moved to Jackson, Tennessee. By night, Sanders studied law by correspondence stuff with the LaSalle Extension University. Sanders lost his job and after Berlin College, where Sanders moved to work for the Rock Island Railroad. Josephine and children went to live with her parents. After a while, Sanders began to practice law in Little Rock. While off did 3 years, earning enough fees for his family to move with him. His legal career ended to account room and silent disorder restriction of the period of time. The low point for Sanders' biography, Jod it wrote Sanders had encountered repeated failure, largely tough bull-headed suck and the self-control, impotence and self-righteous lack of disharmony following the instance. Sanders was forced to back off his mother in Enveli and went to work as a labor on the Pensionley Railroad in 1916. The family moved to Jeffersonville where Sanders got a job selling life insurance for the in life company and Sanders eminently fired to insubordination. He moved to Lossie and sales job from Mutual Benefit Life and New Jersey. In 1928, 30 Sanders executed a ferry boat company which operated a boat on the Ovia Road and the river between Jefferson and Convention founding becoming a mandatory shareholder himself and was appointment security of the company. The ferry was an instant success. Around 1922, he took a job and security at the Chamber of Commerce in Columbus, India, and admitted that he was not good of a job. After less than a year, Sanders cashed his fareboat company shares of $22,350 today and used the money eligible the company manufacturing lamps. The venture failed after Delso insured of electrical lamp that should on credit. Sanders moved to Wingster, Kentucky to work as a salesman for the milk and the company. He lost his job in 1924 when Mattel of the closed New Jersey manufacturing plant. In 1924, by the chance, he met the general manager of Standard Oil of Crunchy, who asked him to run service station in North. In 1930, the station closed as a result of the Great Depression. In 1930, the Shell Oil Company offered Sanders a service station in North Corbin County, rent-free in return for paying the company a percentage of sales. Sanders began to serve chicken dishes and other meals, such as a country home of the streets. Internally, she served the customers is living quarters before opening a restaurant. It was during his period at Sanders was involved in a shootout with Matt. Local completed the repainting of sign directing traffic to his station. Street was killed a sale employee who was the Sanders was convicted of murder, emulating Sanders competition. Sanders was commissioned and a cunety of the 1935 Governor Robbie Luffin. His local popularity grew and in 1939, food critic Duncan Hunts visited Sanders' restaurant and inquired of the adventures, good eating, and the guide restaurant start of the US. The entry rate Sandra's Court and Cafe, a very good place to stop. Eroded Columbus and Falls Great Smokers, continuous 24-hour service. Sticks and fried chicken, country haram, odd biscuits. In July 1939, Sanders secured a motel in Astral North Indian and the Kolia and his North Korean of restaurant and motel was designed in a fire. November 1939 and Sanders had a rebuilt as a motel with a 140 seats restaurant by July 1940. Age 50, Sanders had financed his secret recipe for frying chicken is a pressure fryer that cooked the chicken faster than pan frying as the United States entered the World War. In December 1941, gas was related of the tourism in Sanders forced to close his hotel. He went to work as a supervisor in Settle until the Part 2 end of the 1942. He then defiance of the government and audience and the work of the tennis followed by a job assistant manager of teenage. He left his mistress Caldia prize of a manager of the North Corbin restaurant and a Mutul. In 1942, sold as a business. In 1947, is the Josephi divorced and the Sanders married Caledia, and 1949 is the long desired. Sanders was recommissioner and a 1950 and the French Governor Lawrence Wetebury. In 1952, Sanders franchised his secret recipe Kentucky Fried Chicken for the first time of the South Salt and the operator one of the city's largest restaurants. In the first year of selling the product, restaurant sales month of the more triple 75% of increasing coming from sales fried chicken. The Arman, the addition of fried chicken was a way of defining his restaurant from commuters and product telling from Kenty and Evokud in South Indian hospitality down. The painter of the coined fried chicken after success in several restaurant owners praised the concept and paid Sanders zero point 0.0 for chicken in millions of England in 2021. Sanders believed the North Corbin restaurant would remain successfully indefinitely. However, he should at the age of 65 or after Interstate 75 reduced customer traffic and left with of the savings USD 105 a month from social security element, and the Sanders dictator began a French chicken concept and rest travel and US looking for a sustainable restaurants after closing the North Urban sites. All the opened the restaurants company headquarters in 1959. After sleeping in the back of his car, Sanders visited a restaurant offered to cook his chicken and he works off like inaugurated French fries. He died at age of 90. Sanders has remained active month before the death, applying white suit cravats. His body lay in state in the Ronted state capital of Frank Vito. Service at the age of 500 people. In the wife of Khalida died on December 31st, 1996 at the age of 94. By the time of Sanders' death, they were in this of the estimated 6,000 KFC outlets in 48 countries worldwide, the 2 billion sales annually.